Hey everyone, welcome back to AGT Time. Cody Patterson here along with
Jay Bach. We are starting a rewatch of season 3. Just going to be doing one episode a week, and we're not stepping on the gas too much here, but we're going to kind of enjoy the nostalgia of season 3.
I'm so excited about getting into season 3. We're starting to really get into the AGT that we're familiar with. I think this is about the time that I started watching. I know you started watching
season 2.
Season 2. I think this is when my AGT consciousness really came into play, was in season 3. Neely Boyd and some of these other great acts that we're going to see this season. I can't wait to get into it.
It's going to be great. We've got Jerry Springer as our host again. He is surprisingly good at being the host, I'd say.
I've really enjoyed Jerry Springer in this episode that we watched, as well as in season 2. I thought this is kind of the right fit for him.
Yeah, surprisingly good fit for him. He seems empathetic at the right times and really enjoys hosting, and he's good at it. He's comfortable. He's funny when he needs to be funny. He's engaging when he needs to be engaged. I think he's actually a really, really good host.
We also get the Hoff is back. Sharon Osborne's back. Piers is back. It's almost like season 2, just with another number.
The next one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes. So
they found a pretty good rhythm. No need to stir it up too much. So
no, and they didn't really shake things up very much that we've seen so far. We'll talk about it when we get into this season. They went around to the different cities, which I really, really like when they visit the various cities. I wish they would bring that back. I mean, I know we've we're kind of trying to keep this timeless a little bit, but we're in the age where they can't do a lot of traveling, but I want them to bring that back.
Yeah, and it's certainly AGT by season 3 had turned into a pretty big phenomenon, but by season 16, it feels like almost all of the acts are in some way recruited. We're not really finding undiscovered talent. It's just not yet popular talent in a lot of ways.
Yeah. No, I like that we're still getting amateurs. We're still getting people they're up and coming, people you've never heard of. I think this is the first season that we hear them talking about Vegas.
Yes.
They win the $1 million, but they also get to go perform in Vegas with some of the big acts. They talk about Terry Fader from last season.
Terry Fader.
Yeah, they talk a lot about Terry Fader. He signed $100 million contract to perform in Vegas.
That's a really big contract.
That's a big contract.
I don't know how many years he's contracted for, but it's that's a lot.
Yeah, so if they break that out over 40 years like they typically do with their AGT contracts, that's still a pretty good chunk of change.
He's doing just fine.
Yeah. So we're going to get into the business real quick, but first I want to say to everyone, we're not trying out. We actually moved to a new system to record our podcast. So we're curious what everyone thinks of our audio, how we sound. Hopefully it'll kind of help improve some things for us. The turnaround to get podcasts out. I'm hoping it'll take less work on my side and post-editing. When we get back to the live shows, we get back to AGT proper and we bring back our live stream, we'll be able to do that a little bit better. So just kind of give us your feedback on what you think. If you even notice a difference, if it sounds the same, if it still sounds as good as it has, then let us know. We'd really appreciate that. But as always, you can reach us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, AGT Time Pod. Also, send us email, agttimepod@gmail.com. We're in season 3, so we want your feedback, your comments on season 3. We're obviously going to, get we all, those of us that are familiar with AGT, we know who wins. We know how things are going to do. We're going to try to keep it as spoiler free as possible for those that aren't familiar with season 3, but some things may slip through. So just kind of be aware of that. We're going to get there. So send us your notes. Also, we're recording this on International Podcast Day. And I was real excited for today. I've posted out some of my favorite podcasts that I love to listen to. So, Jay, thank you for being a part of this podcast. Commenter, I know you're out there. Thank you for being a part of this podcast. Everyone that's joined us, all of our guests that we've had, thank you so much for helping us out on this podcast. It's everyone. It's all of you all that have joined me in this, and I'm glad that I get to be a part of it with you guys. So thank you.
Yeah, it's been a fun journey. It's been fun doing this with you. So thank you for bringing me along for the ride too, Cody. It's I wouldn't be doing this if you hadn't been out there and put the call out. So. I appreciate the opportunity to be a part of it. So,
yep.
All right. Happy International Podcast Day, everybody. But it won't be when you listen to this. So
that's right.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it'll be a few days after. Oh, FYI, if you didn't see our tweets, we will be moving our release dates to Monday during the off season. So the podcast will come out on Mondays until we get back to AGT proper, and then we'll be back on our Friday schedule. But for the next 6 months or so, 8 months, 9 months, we'll be on Monday release dates.
Okay, so look forward to those. And I was going to say something else about podcasts. Nope.
Do you have your podcast review?
Oh, you know what? I'm not sure that I thought specifically about one to do this week. Do you have one? Since you kind of shouted out a few people this week.
Yeah. Some of my favorites we had Sarah and Jess on from their podcast. That's one I listen to frequently for their Boy Meets World. Some others I listen to. I love there's a Star Trek podcast that I love for all you Trekkies out there. Star Trek TNC, Star Trek The Next Conversation with producers, maybe directors, not producers, directors and writers of the Goldbergs, Matt Myra and Andrew Secunda. They talk about that. I love listening to them. Matt Myra is a avid watcher of Star Trek. He's watched it back, Star Trek The Next Generation, back when it was originally on, knows pretty much everything about Star Trek. Andrew Secunda never saw an episode of The Next Generation, so they teamed up together. They're good friends. They teamed up together. Yeah, so it's a lot of fun. So they teamed up together. They went through the entire series of Star Trek The Next Generation. They're currently on season 7. It's a lot of fun because it's interesting to hear Andrew Secunda's comments and observations on a show that he's never seen before. He knows kind of some general ideas of some things. He's seen a lot of memes out there, but as far as the deep plots, this is the first time he sees it. He has a lot of theories, a lot of thoughts that a lot of Trekkies have never come up with. So it's very interesting. That's kind of my review. If you're a Trekkie and you love to follow Star Trek, go check out Star Trek: The Next Conversation.
That's a fantastic name. The Next Conversation.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
And while you're subscribing to that podcast, please rate, review, and subscribe to our podcast, AGT Time. And with that, should we talk about Season 3, America's Got Talent?
Season 3. Let's get into it.
I kind of take the same format that we do with the standard live episodes. After their introduction, and we talk to all the hosts, and we talk to all our judges, and we talk a lot about Terry Fader's $100 million contract in Vegas. Then we finally get to our first act of the night, was Bill B. Curley, also known as Sirius Mysterious.
I love that name.
It's a great name.
Yeah.
He's a 52-year-old scrap metal worker. He's going to do sort of a tribute to Tom Jones. He's not a particularly in shape guy, wearing like a satin, wide collared shirt. Turns out he's not a particularly good singer. I will say this: he's pretty good for a scrap metal worker.
Hey, he was voted #1 dancer when he was in high school,
and he's got some moves. He really does.
He does have, yes.
So he's going to sing Tom Jones. It's not unusual. And I was on the fence about this one. Is this or is this not on the Cody Patterson playlist?
Good question. Tom Jones. Let me double check that. So go ahead and let me look.
Okay. So again, he's not a bad singer for a scrap metal worker, but he's a long, long ways from being a great singer. He does have some okay dance moves. He shimmies and shakes, and above all, it looks like he's having a really good time up there. In the judges' comments, Sharon said, "You should have told us that you were Bill doing Elvis doing Tom Jones," which might be a little bit more of what he was doing, a little bit more Elvis-y in his presentation than straight Tom Jones. Piers called it the single worst tribute act I've ever seen in my entire life. So 2 X's from the judges, but 3 no's. Do you or do you not have It's Not Unusual in the Cody Patterson playlist?
So I really thought I had Tom Jones in the library. I don't even have Tom Jones in the library, but I am familiar with this song. I like this song. I think my dad was a big fan of this song. So I thought I had gotten his CD and had, borrowed it and added the song to my library, but I don't see it. But I do like the song. Okay. I think it's a good song. I don't think he sang it very well. I did like Sharon's observations of, were you actually kidding? Is supposed to be a joke type thing. I like the way that she put it. To kind of put a twist on it a little bit. And then she kind of understood what he was doing there. He's a funny guy. He's a likable guy. He's not a good singer.
he's not great.
No.
Like I said, it looks like he's having fun.
Yes.
He mostly hit the notes and, had some kind of flair to it. It just was a long ways away from great. So
a long ways away from great. Yes. I liked his sunglasses he was wearing and the hat that he had on. That really kind of brought it into the moment.
What's that? A trilby, I think it's called.
Okay.
Smaller fedora.
Yeah.
So yeah, Bill B. Curley, not gonna go through. So see you later, Serious Mysterious.
So, how do you think he got the name Serious Mysterious? What's the fan fiction on how he got Serious Mysterious here?
The question is, Bill, are you taking yourself seriously? Nobody really knows. It's a mystery.
It's a mystery.
Are you serious or are you not? I don't know, Bill. Because, and that might be a really good way to kind of think about this, because, that uncomfortable spot between you're not good, and I don't know if you're not good, but you're not terrible, so you might think that you're good, but you might not. I don't know if you're leaning into this or not. It's Serious Mysterious.
Yeah, I think that's good. Yeah, I like that.
We'll go with that. Okay, so he's gonna be eliminated from the season. We're gonna go through actually kind of a montage of eliminated acts here, and we don't have to.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, real quick before we get to the montage, do we see Bill in the finale?
Oh, I bet we do. They gave him plenty of screen time, so I'd bet that they'll bring him back.
Okay.
Okay. So we're gonna montage through some of these. Eliminated acts. They are nice to us, and they give us the bottom third of the screen where they put their name and their age and their occupation.
Yes.
So we know quite a bit about some of these acts. The first one here is Nick Afanasiev. He's listed as a tongue flexor on the AGT wiki, and he has a very long tongue that he pulls down to his chin and is able to pull it clear up to his eye socket. He's got a long tongue. Thoughts on Nick?
Sure. Hey, good job, man.
Yeah, good job, man.
Yeah.
Lady J. Houston, she's going to be eliminated. She's going to play the trumpet and dance. I didn't think this was terrible. And we're going to see a lot of people who play an instrument and dance this season.
Yes.
It seems to be kind of the thing.
She said she played the instrument and dance, but then she didn't play the trumpet until the end. you need to lead off with that. If you play the trumpet and you dance, I want to see you play the trumpet.
So she needs to be
dance.
a trumpeter and dancer, not a dancer and trumpeter.
Yes. Correct.
Is that really the only thing she did wrong?
In my opinion, yes. Because we didn't get to see the whole... I mean, it was a montage, so obviously we missed like a minute and a half of the performance. But, yeah, in my opinion, yes. If you're going to be if you say, I play the trumpet, I dance, we want to see you play the trumpet.
They have to be the trumpet
The trumpet
first.
playing was actually... Yeah, the 5 seconds that we heard her play was pretty good.
It sounded fine, and I thought the dancing was fine. So, in about 5 acts from now, we're going to talk about Jonathan Arons, our first act to go through.
Yes.
Who's a trombone player and dancer.
Yes.
I don't know why he's better than Lady J. Houston.
Yes. In a couple of seasons, we're literally going to get someone that plays the violin and dances.
Well, yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So Lady J. Houston, unfortunately, played her trumpet and danced in the wrong order. Sorry. But you've been eliminated. We get Harold Short II. He's a clown. I don't even know if he's worth mentioning. We had the Quiddlers listed as puppeteers. That was kind of a optical illusion kind of costume, kind of like Pasha from season 16, but more silly, I guess.
Did you recognize the Quiddlers?
The name sounds familiar. Have we seen them again?
Yes, we have. We see them in season 12.
Oh, man. Okay.
Yeah.
Do they get a little more screen time in season 12? They must, if the name sounded familiar.
Ooh, good question. Fact check that. Hold on.
We had, while you pull that up, Ed Jacques, who played the mouth trumpet thing for a moment. He played, believe it or not, New York, New York, while they're here in New York. He's going to be eliminated. We had Adam Ace, a comedian who put a shower cap over his face. And
was he trying to do the Howie Mandel condom joke?
I don't know the Howie Mandel condom joke.
Oh, you don't? I think it's a condom joke. I think it's a condom. No, it's sorry, I'm mistaken. It's a rubber glove. It's a rubber glove. He puts a rubber glove over his face.
Okay.
And
blows it
over
up?
his entire head and blows it up.
Okay. Well,
that's a Howie Mandel thing.
Well, being as Howie Mandel is not a judge, I'm not sure. Maybe it was just the wrong audience. I don't know.
Yeah. So real quick on the Quiddlers, they in season 12 made it to Judge Cuts.
Okay. All right. So we probably saw more of them.
They in 2019 they went on World's Got Talent.
Okay. Okay. So that was a bunch of eliminated acts. We've spent more time on them than the show even did. I don't have a whole lot more to say. They came, they were conquered. Now we get to Jonathan Arons, who I previously mentioned. He's going to be a trombonist and dancer. He's classically trained trombonist, 32 years old. He says, I love music, I love connecting with it, and it brings me to my happy place. He dances and plays trombone to the song Bad Girls. On the wiki, it says he's played for Aretha Franklin, Alicia Keys, Mariah Carey, The Temptations, The OJs, Ashford and Simpson, Gloria Gaynor, and many others. So, dude's got some chops.
Wow. Yes, he does. Yep.
And, when I think classically trained trombonist, I think of, the Philharmonic, not Gloria Gaynor, not Aretha Franklin. But, that style of music is going to be more accessible, I think, to the AGT crowd. The trombone, the rock trombone or the R&B trombone, more so than the classical trombone. So it was fun, and so he plays trombone and dances, and he kind of ride the pony kind of thing, and he one time bends over and facing away from the judges, bends over so he's pointing the trombone back between his legs and plays towards the judges. It was fun. It was cute. You have any extra thoughts on Jonathan Arons?
I mean, nothing much than you haven't already said, but I really like this. It was a lot of fun. It was very surprising to see him, the dance moves that he did. I loved Sharon's reaction. She really got into it. This was great. They should have started the show with this.
If we put Jonathan Arons on the stage with
Yes.
Lady J. Houston, would that be even
Yes.
better, or would it be worse?
Well, if she actually played her trumpet, it would be much better.
She just has to play the trumpet.
I mean, I'm sure she's got some dance moves.
She did.
I'm just, yeah.
I honestly have a hard time, separating the two in my mind. Like, they both danced and played a brass instrument. Like, it's...
Yeah.
One wasn't, head and shoulders above the rest.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Okay. All right. Second act that we're going to see here after that long montage is Indiggo, Indiggo. They're a vocal duo, twin sisters, in fact. Jerry tells us they're feisty twin sisters. Mihaela and Gabriela Madorcia from Bucharest, Romania. Now they live in New York, New York. And they're going to sing New York, New York.
It's so cliche.
I wonder how many times the judges had to listen to New York, New York.
Oh my goodness! Oh, we didn't say they're filming this in New York. We're in New York for this part of the episode.
I mentioned that in passing.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, so Indiggo is
totally missed it. Sorry.
These feisty twin sisters are going to sing New York, New York. They sing very aggressively. I think is a word I could use.
They sounded angry.
Yeah.
They sounded angry. Yeah.
Strong. Not a lot of nuance. Not a lot of dynamics. Just a lot of them.
Is the Romanian language kind of one of those just angry sounding languages?
Yeah, it might be kind of a guttural sort of full.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
I don't know. Okay, so that's their singing. Their singing is not good.
Yeah.
There was no harmonies.
No.
And it was very aggressive and not particularly great.
Yeah.
But what they got going for them is their looks, right? They're
absolutely.
twin sisters, beautiful
Yes.
women.
Yes.
They have curves and they're not afraid to wear clothes that accentuate their,
yes.
Their assets. And apparently that's enough. David said, it seemed a little scary to me. Sharon said, you're wild and crazy, and I'm not going to take the opportunity. I'm not going to take the opportunity away from you. So she votes yes. David says, I'm going to give you the opportunity to go back to Bucharest. And Piers says, you've got everything going for you, but you have terrible voices. But the more it went on, the more I enjoyed your work. Yes, you're going to Las Vegas. So yeses from Sharon and Piers, a no from David. It's one of those acts that's fine. They can't win. They shouldn't win. But, they add to the variety and they're fun and interesting and memorable.
Yeah, this really surprised me that Piers put him through. Because this just seemed like the type of act that Piers would say that's one of the worst things I've ever heard.
Well, he did.
But we also know that, well, yes, but Piers also has a history of putting through the very attractive women.
Yes.
Yeah,
and they're very attractive women. They got that going for them. So there's that. So Indiggo was a surprise. They snuck their way through to the judges' cuts, to the Vegas round here.
Yeah.
Any further thoughts on them before we move on?
No.
Okay. Next act is Nuttin But Strings. And Sharon says, nothing but strings. And they say, nope, nuttin.
Nope. Nuttin. That's right.
So they correct her. Nuttin But Strings. 21 and 23-year-old brothers from Queens, New York. Damien and Tori Escobar. They've been playing violin since they were 8 and 7 years old. Sharon points out that they're young, good-looking, hip guys, not the usual old, bald, kind of greasy guys. They're going to play an original piece called...
Which I'm not sure what that means.
Well,
greasy guys?
I don't know. Picture a old bald violin player in the whatever Philharmonic. His hair might be greased back. Yeah.
Okay. Right. Oh, okay. Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Original piece called Thunder. It's got like a backing track. It's got like some vocalizations along with it, but mostly percussion that they play along with. They do the thing where they lean way back while they're playing the violin. Play an instrument and dance, I guess, might be what you say they're doing.
Yeah.
Seems to be a lot of playing an instrument and dancing again. These guys are cool, right? They're cool, they're fun, they're hip, they're like they make the violin cool.
Yes. These guys are great. I love these guys.
I expect to see them around for live performances.
Yes.
You have thoughts on Nuttin But Strings before we talk judges' comments?
No, this is one of the first acts that I'm glad we're seeing that we know is going to do really well. They're exciting, they're fun. The brothers really they have great rapport with each other. They poke at each other. I think they even said, "I love you, man." No, I love you, man. So that's great to really see that. Man, I can't wait to see more of these guys.
Yeah, they're kind of the godfathers of the cool, making a boring instrument cool.
Yes. Yep.
So I really like these guys. Much better than Jonathan Arons even.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're way more hip. Jonathan Arons wore a suit and tie. These guys wore baggy jeans.
Did he come straight from Radio City with playing in the Philharmonic?
He might have.
Okay.
That's hard to guess. Yeah. All right. So that was Nuttin But Strings. Piers said, "This show is about doing something fresh and original and super talented. You've got the lot. You've got it all." Sharon said, "I think you're going to be responsible for a lot of kids going for violin lessons." So 3 yeses from the judges. That's Nuttin But Strings. All right. Are we... anything else before we move on? Okay.
Nope. Let's move on.
We got another montage here. David Martin. We saw him make a woman appear in a cage with a snake.
Ooh.
Okay. Scott Land. He is listed as a puppeteer, and I believe he made a raw chicken dance and lay an egg.
Okay. I do have thoughts on this.
Oh.
I want to see more of this. Do we know if he went through? I don't remember.
I have him as an act that went through, yes.
Okay, good. I want to see more of this. And my question is, does he have to go to the grocery store and get a fresh chicken every time he does a performance?
I would hope so. There's either that or it's a very convincing rubber chicken.
It's very convincing. This looked like a fresh chicken that he just took out of the wrapper from the grocery store.
Yeah. So, we did not see enough of this to make it... they could have put this clip in the montage of acts that didn't go through, and I would not have blinked.
Yeah.
It felt very much so there must have been something he did, something that was extra funny that made it so the judges wanted to see this again.
Yeah, because it's obviously edited and everything, but it looked like the judges were having a great time with his performance. It seemed like they loved it.
Yeah, I agree. I do want to see more of that one.
Yeah.
We got to see Plastic Music, a percussion group that plays boom whackers. And not only do they play an instrument, they also dance while they do it.
So this is kind of the precursor to what we'll see in later seasons, recycled percussion, which I love recycled percussion, so it seemed like it was very relating to that.
Yeah, plastic tubes and garbage cans and dancing. So Plastic Music, we're going to see them go through. Then we get Jasmine. This is 4 tall, beautiful ladies wearing high heels and short shorts. They're going to sing the song, maybe not the one you expect, Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy from Company B.
Yeah, I mean, if you looked at the name they're spelling, it's Jasmine. What Jazz Gazz?
I think just one Z.
Just one Z. Okay, and then MIN.
Right. It's still a nod to jazz. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, the Bugle Boy, still kind of a twist there. Plot twist on what you think they're going to sing.
So again, it might have been the singing sounded good and in tune what little bit we heard, but also beautiful women, so I suspect that might have helped them. They did sing it all a cappella as well, from what I heard.
Yes they did. They need to pick something more modern next time.
No, that's not what they do though.
Do they sing military army songs from the 1940s? Do they sing World War II army songs? Is that what they did?
Andrews Sisters.
Are we going to get... Okay.
That's their style. So, I gotta ask, is it on the Cody Patterson playlist? I'm gonna guess no.
No. I mean, this is a great classic song, but no, this is not on the playlist. No.
All right.
Tell you that right now. New York might be. What was the other one? Bad Girls. I checked. Bad Girls is not on it.
Okay. All right. So Jasmine's going to go through, and then we get Mary Bly. She is an 80-year-old retired waitress. Also happens to be a tap dancer. She is adorable. Just got a big old smile plastered on her face the entire time. She tap dances.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Do you have any thoughts on Mary Bly?
She's very cute. She's very adorable. That's it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Not a great tap dancer.
No.
It's probably one of the best 80-year-old tap dancers.
I think we've seen probably in tap. I'm not sure we've seen a lot of 80-year-old tap dancers. I know we've seen some older dancers, particularly ballroom dancers. We've seen some of those that dance with younger gentlemen.
All right. So Mary Bly, again, adorable, and she dances her heart out. By the end, it looked like she was getting pretty exhausted. David Hasselhoff said, "You look like Shirley Temple got lost in the woods. I'm not sure it would sustain much more longer here on the stage, let alone in Vegas. It's a no from me." And then she starts to dance her way off the stage, and Jerry has to say, no, you have to get, the other judges' comments. Sharon said, "It's difficult to dance in time to music, and you did it beautifully." Piers said, "I'm afraid it's a no, but thanks for coming." So she is, in fact, eliminated. But that's Mary Bly. I'm glad she came. She's the kind of thing that I love to see.
Yeah, help me out with the joke here that she looked like Shirley Temple lost in the woods. What's the joke there?
Like Shirley Temple aged 70 years. That's my guess.
Okay.
Lost in the wood. We just found her, and she didn't really.
Oh, know where she was?
Yeah, she was just sort of.
Totally missed it. Totally missed the joke. Okay.
All right. Let's talk about another tap dancer, Justin Gabriel Bolasi, 12-year-old dancer wearing a suit, eliminated. Okay. We got Joshua Starr, an 8-year-old hula hooper. He was eliminated.
Yep.
We got Brandon Mack. He was a cute little singer and accordion player. He was eliminated. Okay. Then we get even cuter than Brandon Mack. We get Kaitlyn Maher.
Okay, here we go.
She is the cutest little cutie.
Yeah.
She's 4 years old.
4 years old.
She's 4.
She even showed us 4.
The judges ask her, "Are you from New York?" She says, "I'm from America."
Yeah. Yes.
Melt my heart.
Yes.
She's going to sing "Somewhere Out There" from Fievel Goes West. Is she a great singer for a 4-year-old? Yes, she is.
For a 4-year-old.
Is she a great
4 years
singer?
old.
No.
No, she is great for being under 5. She's been singing since she was 1, so she's been singing 3/4 of her life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so this goes against everything that I've ever said about kid acts. But I love her. Like, it's not the singing that's her talent. It's her freaking cuteness. She's so adorable. There are no other acts that are half as cute as Kaitlyn Maher.
Okay. So is this show now America's Got Cuteness, Jay? Or are we still watching America's Got Talent?
I don't care.
Okay. Or is cuteness her talent?
She stole my heart. Cuteness is her talent.
Okay.
No, she's so adorable. And she's going to go through. So we're going to see her again. And there comes to be a point where, like, we start to wonder, like, whoa, should we be allowing 4-year-olds on the show? But I mean, I can't help but love the little girl. She's so dang cute.
Okay, so I've got a little bit more information on Kaitlyn Maher.
Okay, help us out.
Okay, so I think I've got a movie review for us, Jay.
Oh.
So Kaitlyn Maher went on to be in the Disney movie Santa Paws 2.
Oh, good for her. And I do believe it's pronounced Mayer.
Sorry, thank you, Mayer. Yep. So, yeah, she goes on to be in Santa Paws 2, The Santa Pups. So I'm feeling around the holidays, maybe a movie review.
That feels just about right, yeah. Okay.
Yep.
I'd love to see a slightly grown-up Kaitlyn Maher in Santa Paws 2. Oh.
Slightly grown up. I think it's let me check the year on this while we've got that. So this is AGT, this is season 3. We're now in what, 2007? Is that right?
2008 is when it aired.
2008. Yep. Okay. So let's see when Santa Paws 2 came out in 2012. Okay, so 4 more years. So it should be 8.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
That sounds about right. No, yep. She's... Okay, all right. She's adorable. It's her singing somewhere out there with her bad R's, and she can't, like her little 4-year-old enunciation.
Somewhere out there.
Sharon said, "You remembered all the words. You're very good at singing the melody of the song." Piers said, "You might be the best 4-year-old singer in the world." David tells us that his vote is yes. So it's going to be 3 yeses from the judges. I'm like, okay, so like if I divorce myself from like just falling in love with her cuteness, like, should this be an act that goes through? Maybe not. But man, I see why they did.
Yeah, I'm going to challenge you on something else, Jay. So say Kaitlyn Maher is a time traveler, and she time travels as a 4-year-old Kaitlyn Maher to 2021. Is she a golden buzzer?
Oh my gosh, she might just be. She might just be. But again, like, and we'll have this discussion later when we get to it in the season. But like, I can totally make a case for her being golden buzzer. I can also make a case for her just like, nope, you're just too young. We can't have a 4-year-old on the show.
We can't have a 4-year-old performing in Vegas.
Yeah. And
yeah,
that's again, they kind of talk around the specifics of it, right? Like, and a show in Vegas. Like, is that a single show? Like this?
Yes.
Or is it like you get residency? Like, those are 2 very different things.
Yeah. No, it's they are part of another show. It's the Landau Eugene Murphy Jr. situation where he's part of another show. He comes out in the middle, sings his couple of songs, goes back to his dressing room.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, headlining a show in Vegas, right? It's the AGT Players featuring Kaitlyn Maher.
Yes.
You can come out. You can sing Five Will Goes West and go to bed.
Yes, she's not getting $100 million contract.
She only does matinees, folks.
That's right.
Part of her contract.
And she can't be in one of the big casinos. She can only be in like the hotel.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
All right. So they'd figure it out if they had to, but
yeah,
they won't. Okay. So that's Kaitlyn Maher. If you have not seen her sing, look this up. You can watch all of these episodes. Yeah. This was the thing that I was going to say at the beginning of the show. If you want to watch along with us, you can find all the episodes on YouTube. That's what I was going to say.
We'll put a link in the show notes to the. I think is it a playlist?
Yeah, I believe it is.
Is it set up as season three yep. playlist? Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So that is the end of the first half of the first episode. It's a 2-hour-long episode. The second half of the first episode, we're going from New York to Chicago, Illinois. Okay. All right. So
Chicago.
The Windy City, my kind of town. All right. So, anything to say before we change venues here?
No, I'm excited. I love going to these different towns. Right. So I'm good. Let's go.
We're going to see the Slippery Kittens is our first act in Chicago. This is a group of moms who dance burlesque together.
Yeah, they want to make it classy.
Yeah. I believe they danced to the Can, but we didn't actually get to see them a lot. We just saw all the reactions.
Well, we saw them being classy. They want to make burlesque classy. I think they completely missed it. I think they went completely the opposite direction if they want to make burlesque classy.
That's funny. Yeah, it was burlesque. It was
yes,
young moms dancing burlesque.
Yeah.
It wasn't the raciest burlesque act that we've seen on the show. But it still is what it is, right?
Yeah. I don't think a single one of them had their dress on when the song was over.
No.
No. You know, the typical burlesque dress that you kind of raise up, you do your day. Not a one of them had it on. It was all of them were laying on the stage.
It's hard to say because there were so many reaction shots. It was just people reacting to them doing what they were doing on the stage, not us getting to see them do what they do. Having to? I don't know. So the Slippery Kittens, they did get a reaction.
Yes.
David said, "I love your act. I think it's great. You brought class to burlesque."
Did they? I mean, I've never really been to a burlesque, like a live burlesque show, but from what I've seen, this was if they wanted to make burlesque classy, then I think what they did was right on point for what typical burlesque is.
Yep.
Yep.
So is burlesque like naturally classy? No.
Yeah.
Okay. Piers said, "I can see a lot of work has gone into your act," and then he makes a joke about one of the women's boob jobs. Like, some of you got more work done than others, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. It took. I think it took her a minute to figure out what the joke was.
But Piers being Piers. Sharon said, "I love that you're all different shapes and sizes, and I'd love to see more." But they're all pretty fit women. I don't know that different shapes and sizes comment was really fitting either. No. I think what the judges wanted, the judges saw what they wanted to see, but I'm not sure that they saw reality. I'm not sure that they saw a classy act of women of all different shapes and sizes.
No, they saw a typical burlesque show where, yes, some women had some work done. We are guessing that they had some work done. Allegedly
had some work done.
We never actually saw them get the work done, so we're...
okay. All right, so Slippery Kittens, they're going to get 3 yeses. They're going to go through. Judges wanted to see more of them. All right,
Okay.
let's move on. We've got Chay Fang. He's a guitarist, 32-year-old factory worker. He built a guitar based on a drawing that he did when he was 10. And it's like not...
It's a double neck guitar.
Well, I mean, like the top one... Okay. A little bit about his guitar, just from my observations. The top guitar was a 4-string bass guitar. But it didn't have a headstock, so it was like a Steinberger guitar. And Steinbergers, you tune them on the backside over by the body instead of up on the headstock like a normal guitar. So that was the top half of his guitar. The bottom half looked like a pretty standard 6-string electric guitar. It takes him a good minute to get it plugged in and get the... get it dialed in, and then it was loud, and the judges didn't enjoy it, and he got 3 X's. So, anything else on Chay Fang?
Yeah. So, my biggest issue was the sound guy forgot to turn off his guitar. Like, he's plugging in his guitar, and you're hearing all the like, dude. Turn off the channel. It's like, come on.
Do you think that might have been added in post, just to make it look awkward, make it feel awkward, and like
I mean, if you want to ruin the magic, we could do that. Yeah,
because I don't think any sound guy on AGT is so dense that they couldn't mute his channel while he was getting plugged in. Like.
No, I would hope not. I hope the sound guys doing this were much better than the lighting guys in season 16.
Ooh, burn.
Shots fired.
Okay, so Chay Fang, he was just too dang loud. He's going to be eliminated.
Yes. Whoa.
All right, then we're going to montage through these. We've got Terry Christensen. He's a singer. He's going to be eliminated. A little bit of like a singer storyteller, maybe. And then we go to singing Santa Claus. And his bottom third says he's ageless and his occupation is toy maker, which I thought was just fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah, for Santa Claus. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, that's on point for Santa Claus.
Say singing Santa Claus in like a parenthetical, Gregory Adams. Like it was.
Yeah. Why did we need a singing Santa Claus?
Well, why not? I don't know.
Yeah. Shouldn't he be making toys, getting ready? I mean, it is. I know it's like springtime and he's probably on vacation, but he needs to be in the North Pole, getting things ready. He doesn't need to be
Christmas cheer.
For all to hear?
For all to hear. For all to hear. He's going to sing that's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. He sings pretty good, but the judges just weren't having it. He's eliminated. We're going to get a 60-year-old Jacqueline Groover. She's going to sing, I don't know what the song was. She sings Hallelujah a couple times and is eliminated. We're going to get Stumblebum Brass. We got a tuba, a trumpet, and a snare drum on the stage. The trumpet player sings real bluesy style. The crowd apparently hated them. I kind of wanted to see more of this act. This is probably the act that I wanted to see more of.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't see enough of them to really get a good opinion on them. But was it the tuba player really had some opinions for the audience?
Yeah. What did he say? Shut up or
you suck.
You suck. Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. They played that before all the commercials coming up. You suck.
Yeah.
But yeah, Stumblebum Brass. For some reason, they were eliminated. Fine. Too bad. I kind of like what they're doing, but I understand why they didn't. All right, next act. Then we've got Jonathan Burken. He's a baton twirler, a young. I don't have his age. A young gentleman.
He's got to be high school.
No, 17. I do have it down.
Yeah.
Been twirling batons since he was 9. Now he's 17. He's been made fun of for choosing this hobby.
America's got feels.
But like, what's not to love about Jonathan Burken? Like, he's actually a pretty good baton twirler, and
he's fantastic.
He lights them on fire, which I know you love, and he juggles them, and he's, does the thing where, like, it spins around his neck, and he spins the other way, and, like, he does some really pretty awesome stuff. Pretty good showman. I really enjoyed his act. Your thoughts on Jonathan Burken?
No, I loved his act too. Yes, you brought fire to the show. I don't know if you needed to do it now. Probably wait a round or two to bring the fire, but I'm glad you did. That means we've got to see it again now that you've brought it. But his twirling is great. I'm gonna say for 17 because not a lot of 17-year-olds can twirl like that. So I thought that was. I thought it was really good. I'm excited to see more of him.
All right. I'll go with that. Okay. David Hasselhoff said, all those kids who called you names can shove it. You've got talent, and I'm proud of you. Piers said, I have a feeling we're going to see more of you right at the end of America's Got Talent. So 3 yeses from the judges. Jonathan Burken's going through to the Vegas round. Then we're going to go kind of a left turn here. We're going to get Derek Barry, Britney Spears impersonator. If that feels familiar, it might be because last season we had Boy Britney.
Yes. And Boy Shakira.
Well, yeah, Boy Britney / Shakira. Derek Barry is a gentleman who impersonates Britney Spears pretty convincingly, I guess.
Very convincingly, yes.
He's going to lip sync and dance to the song Toxic while dressed as Britney Spears. I can't imagine a world where a lip syncer wins America's Got Talent.
Yeah, so Boy Britney actually sang the songs, right?
No, I don't know.
Did he lip sync them too?
So, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. You're a dancer at that point. A cross-dressing dancer. I don't know. I'm not the right audience. David found himself very confused by the act. He thought that Derek Barry was quite hot, but also a man. So that's was kind of breaking his brain a little bit. Piers said, I did actually think you're a lot like Britney Spears. A complete and utter train wreck. Sharon said, you shocked me and you're brilliant. So it's a no from Piers, it's a yes from Sharon, and a surprise yes from David Hasselhoff. I don't know. So we got Boy Britney last season. We got Derek Barry, Britney Spears impersonator this season. Who's on your team? You taking Boy Britney or are you taking Derek Barry?
That's a question I had for you too. Is who do you like better, Boy Britney or Derek? And I'm taking Boy Britney.
You know what? I'm also taking Boy Britney.
Yeah,
and I don't like Boy Britney.
So Boy Britney wore more of the I'm going to say younger Britney, like teenage Britney, right? Like with the skirt and halter top. I don't even know what to call it, but the skimpy top. Whereas Derek is like full on, like leather pants, leather jacket, the fedora hat. It's that stage of Britney. A little bit darker Britney.
Yeah.
But I think Boy Britney is a little more fun. I think Derek has gone all in on looking like Britney Spears with the hair. The sunglasses kind of freak me out. I'm not sure what's going on with these like rhinestone.
It probably obscured his face better to make him look more like Britney.
Yes. Yeah, but he's got the makeup for his cheekbones. I mean, the lipstick. He went all in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay. I don't have a lot else to say about him. I was surprised he went through. I wouldn't expect him to make it through the Vegas rounds.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, he's like you say, it's a lip syncer. At this point, he's pretty much, if he just didn't lip sync and just danced, then he's a dancer at that point. Yeah. But like you said, you said that we've seen dance crews lip syncing along with the songs that they dance to, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't like that either.
So the Hoff brought up, or I think he and Piers went back and forth on, yes, this was a dude, and how many female Derricks do you know? And the Hoff pointed out, well, there's Bo Derek, but her name's not Derek, her name's Bo, and Derek's her last name.
How many female
so
Bo's do you know?
There's probably quite a few, but I did some research on famous Derricks.
All right.
So I went down the rabbit hole of famous Derricks. Didn't find one.
Not a one.
Did not find
okay.
Well, I found famous Derricks. I didn't find famous female Derricks. So of course there's Derek Jeter. I mean, there's quite a few famous male
Derek
Derricks.
Zoolander.
Yeah. So no famous female Derricks that I could find. Listeners, if you know of any, I mean, I'm sure there's women out there named Derek. Can't really dig that deep, but famous people named Derek.
All right. So. Derek Barry is the surprise going through. You ready for a montage?
Let's do them. Let's have a montage.
Paulina Volchek, a hula hooper.
Yeah, Jay, I'm just going to say real quick, I missed the montage. I mean, we don't, season 15, 16, we didn't really, I mean, we get the montage, but we don't really get this level of montage.
I am very happy with a montage of eliminated acts. I don't like the montage of acts going through.
Okay.
And that's how I feel.
Okay. Yeah.
But we're going to have a montage of acts going through. So, a lot left to just wonder and not know. And it feels really unbalanced that some of these we get, their whole sob story, and some of them we get 8 seconds. It's just unfortunate. If the game were how much screen time can you get, you've got mentalists that apparently are allowed 10 minutes on the screen, and hula hoopers that, you blink, you miss them.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Paulina Volchek. She's a hula hooper. When she's talking to the judges, what little bit of interaction we see with her and the judges, like she's very understated, like just the facts. Yes. But she keeps a hula hoop spinning on her foot, extended up in the air while she does contortionist type moves underneath it. Paulina goes through. We get Sterling Silver, a clogging group. It looks like 9 women and 2 men. Black outfits with gold stripes up the sides. Yep, yeah. That happened. We get Cafidia Stuart.
But I love a good clogging group.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I would emphasize, I love a good clogging group.
Did you love Sterling Silver?
They were pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah. I like that name too.
Sure. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Maybe it's
Cafidia?
I pronounced it wrong. Cafidia Stuart, 15-year-old singer. She's going to sing I Have Nothing. Sings pretty good. Got a big old voice. Judges liked her enough. Okay. We got Sidestep, another dance group.
Sidestep or
Six Step. I got to read my notes closer.
SICK step.
Yep, Six Step. They do some breakdancing. Okay.
Yep.
We got Dallas Dance Company. This is actually going to be eliminated.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're past the.
But we see quite a bit of them. Yeah.
Yeah. Dallas Dance Company. They're a dance group. These are a group of semi-professional dancers. They're all teachers, dance teachers.
Okay.
It's a little unclear exactly why the judges eliminated them. Maybe not in sync.
Because they weren't good. They were not good.
We didn't see enough of them, but
it was very impressionist dancing. What's the word I'm looking for? Where they kind of are all just free flowing and
yeah, impressionist. I don't know.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, free form. Yeah, I don't know. All right.
But we literally just saw a dance company from Dallas in season 16?
Well, hold your horses.
Okay.
All right, Dallas Dance Company. This is it's like the Slippery Kittens, but not burlesque. Like if burlesque were classy,
Yeah.
you might get Dallas Dance Company.
Okay.
All right.
Bunch of, hey, you know, these dance instructors, these moms, they got to have their out, man. They have a tough time at home, so they got to have some way to kind of get the stress out.
You got to dance it out sometimes, man.
You got to dance it out sometimes. That's right.
Sometimes I go back in the barn in the back and I just dance my worries out, man. Sometimes you gotta cut loose.
And sometimes that's right, you got to foot loose. Sometimes you're in a small town and it's illegal. And
okay, so the Renegades were the next group. They dressed like zombies and danced. Okay.
This looked like a high school thing. Looked like a very high school
whatever.
production. Yeah.
We had Daniel Burton, another dancer. He his day job is a hotel receptionist, and also dance. Maybe a little bit like contortion, but the judges didn't care for it. We got M&M twins, TWINZ. They were eliminated. Cute twin dancers.
Okay.
We had Daisy Taste, who wears roller skates and dances.
Yeah, so she danced to Jump Around, right?
Sounds right, yeah.
Yeah, I think she danced to Jump Around. Didn't jump once.
Well, she's wearing roller skates. They're heavy, man.
Yeah, so either A, pick a different song. You know, there's lots of, I'm sure, roller songs that you can dance to. Or, you know, don't wear the roller skates and then jump around.
I think the fact she was wearing roller skates was what she was banking on. So she...
Okay.
Maybe bad song choice. The only song I can think of is the "I got a brand new pair of rollers." What's that? Like a 1960s bubblegum pop kind of song.
That would be fun. Yeah, I could see that.
I haven't gone back to listen to it. My brother claims that it's not actually about roller skates and roller skate keys, though. I'd have to listen to it. Okay. Then we go to Extreme Dance FX. They're a clogging group. They call themselves Power Tap / Clogging. It looks like 8 ladies and 1 man this time, ages 13 to 26. They do like some popping and locking and river dance. I don't know. I had a hard time kind of like fitting them into a category, but again, I don't really categorize different dancers much. They seemed cleaner than most dance acts. They were fun enough. You have thoughts on Extreme Dance FX?
Yeah, the only thing that my comment is, Piers talked about that their dancing's not bad, but their outfits were horrible. So they immediately, like all the girls just immediately like take off their jackets.
Yep.
Because it's got like a rainbow colors
it's like a
on
checkerboard,
them. It's very 80s.
Rainbow,
yeah, it's very
weird.
It's very late 80s, early 90s type thing.
Fitting, just kind of like floppy fabric around them. Yeah.
Yeah. So all the girls like take off their sweaters. Of course, they're just wearing shirts underneath, but they take all their sweaters off. But then the guy is like looking around like, what do I do? It's like, cause he didn't have a sweater on, but he was still wearing kind of a checker, as a shirt. So he's just like, yeah. If you want to be noticed, dude, you got to get that shirt
you
off.
You love a good clogging group. What'd you think of this Power Tap / Clogging group?
It's a nice twist. You involve the clogging with the break dancing and pop and lock and stuff. I mean, it's new, it's unique.
Power Tap.
They're fine. Oh yeah, well, first off, tap and clogging, 2 different types of dance. Why don't they just go ahead and do river dance while they're at it? Let's just get all 3 of them in there.
Sure. Yeah. We're gonna jig. We're gonna reel. We're gonna power tap.
Yeah.
We're gonna clog. We're gonna break and pop and lock. Do all the. Got a guy over here that does the lawnmower. the sprinkler.
Maybe one's wearing roller skates. Yeah. One's playing the trombone.
Yeah. That's what we're missing, an instrument.
That's right.
All right. Like you said, Piers said, the outfits are hideous, but you're not bad dancers. Sharon said, I love the way you incorporated traditional dance with modern. You have great energy and style. David said, you're great and an inspiration. 3 yeses.
All right. I was inspired.
I can't say I was inspired. I didn't get up off my couch and dance.
You didn't go, woo! Yeah!
No whoops, no hollers. It was fine. It takes something really special for me to more than like a dance act, I'll say.
Yeah, okay.
And they were fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the most memorable thing about them, hideous outfits.
Yes. Yeah, Piers did buzz them.
Yeah,
There's
but
that.
they did end up with 3 yeses.
Yeah. Yes. So
based on their dancing alone, he gives them a yes.
Yeah.
All right. Last act of the night, we've got Neil E. Boyd, big gentleman.
Yep, big boy.
He's an opera singer. He's an insurance salesman who also sings opera. Going to sing Nessun Dorma from the opera Turandot. I don't know if you've ever heard this song before, or if you've ever seen an opera singer on America's Got Talent before. Same question.
Yes.
But
we're gonna do commenter. We're gonna do an AGT rewatchable of all the opera singers that sing this song, and we're gonna rank.
We're gonna rank all the Nessun Dorma performances. I love it. Well, Neil E. Boyd's, I think it's going to rank right up there.
It's at least going to be in the top 4.
He dude can sing.
Dude can sing. Yes.
He really connects with the song. I think he helps the audience connect with the song. He seems to really have a way about him that makes him particularly memorable, particularly likable. I don't have judges' comments on his performance, but I mean, he's going to go through. It's going to be 3 yeses. He's terribly, terribly likable.
Yes. Yeah, he's got his signature paperboy hat.
Flat cap, yep.
Flat cap, yes. You love wearing the flat cap.
I've been known to wear a flat cap, yep.
Yeah, maybe we need to see that in honor of Neil E. Boyd.
I will wear a flat cap on the podcast next week. Sure.
Okay. So Neil E. Boyd's going to go through one of the greats of AGT. We did lose Neil E. Boyd a few years ago. What year was that? I'm looking that up right now. 2018, we lost the great Neil E. Boyd. So, but we're going to see some more of Neil E. Boyd, and I'm excited about this because this boy can sing.
Yeah, we will see more of him. If Extreme Dance Effects, the most memorable thing about them was their look. Neil E. Boyd, he's a great opera singer, and we see good opera singers, but he's got a good look too, right? He's memorable because of his size and his backwards flat cap and just the he's an imposing figure on the stage.
Yeah, and I'd forgotten kind of what he sounded like. Just when he talked, I'd forgotten he's got this Missouri. It's almost like a Southern accent, but I know it's more Midwest. But I'd forgotten kind of what that sound was like from him.
He's from Missouri. I'm trying to. Is it Sykesville?
Something like that. He said about 2 hours south of St. Louis.
Yeah. Iowa borders Missouri. Does Tennessee also border Missouri?
I believe so.
It's
it'd be like the northwestern part.
You're about as far away from that part of.
Yep.
That part of Missouri. He's. I don't have much else to say. I like him. Looking forward to seeing more of him. And that kind of puts a bow on episode 1, season 3.
Yeah, it's a good start to the season. I'd forgotten that we got Neil E. Boyd so early in the show. But this was a pretty good episode for the start.
Yeah. Are there any acts that you are just particularly excited to see again?
That's a good question, because I haven't really looked at the full lineup of season 3.
I'm just saying from this episode, is there one that you're like, I love that? Yeah.
Well, Neil E. Boyd, obviously, but let me go back and kind of, I did remember Kaitlyn Maher.
Okay.
I did remember that. Nuttin But Strings. Yep. I'm excited about that, obviously. I'm curious to see what, Jonathan Arons does, because he was fun.
Okay.
Derek Barry, I don't think is going to go very far, and then that's about it. There was really, it was a decent episode, but there's really only about 4 or 5 from here that feel like they're worth kind of moving on and doing something.
Yeah, I'd say Neil and Nuttin But Strings are sort of the two standouts from the episode that I'm looking forward to seeing. And also Kaitlyn is just so cute.
Yes.
I also want to see her on my screen all the time. All right. So that is season 3, episode 1. We will watch episode 2 and take our notes, and we'll be back in another week to talk about that. Again, podcasts are going to come out on Mondays during the off season. And if you want to watch along, you can pull those up on YouTube and watch the entire episode, and then we will discuss them in more depth than most people probably are interested in.
Yeah, this is going to be a good season. So, Jay, we just had 8 auditions in season 16. 8. We had 8 auditions. Season 3 had 7 auditions.
That's plenty.
Yeah. So we'll get 7 auditions, 2 Vegas rounds, 4 quarterfinals, 3 semifinals, and then 4 episodes for the finals, which they must have done a top 12, maybe a top 6. I'd have to look to see how they kind of did that. So we're going to get quite a few episodes this season.
It seems like if you're, top 25 anyhow, you've got a few performances to prepare for between, not just the competition rounds, but with other acts or it's a lot of work. They get their money's worth out of you.
Yeah. This episode aired June 17th, 2008. The finale will be on October 1st. So actually, we're getting ready to, we're recording this the day before. September 30th. So, just 13 years ago, the finale happened for season 3.
Unlucky 13.
Yeah.
Boy, what a different world. But, boy, with that, Cody, I'll say it's been fun to talk about this one. I'm excited to talk about more of these acts with you. And, it'll be a fun season to dig into.
Yep, absolutely. So just once again, you can reach us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, AGT Time Pod. Send us your comments on season 3, agttimepod at gmail.com. Also rate, review, comment, all that stuff. We want you to be engaged. I did have a goal, Jay, that by the end of season 16, I wanted 100 Twitter followers. We're too short.
Oh, no.
So we'd love for you to kind of spread the word, let your friends know. Follow us on Twitter. I want to get those follower numbers up.
I think we have had 100 Twitter followers.
Twiddlers? Is that the Twitter version of Quiddlers?
Maybe you lost a few along the way. I think there have been 100 Twitter followers. Just not anymore.
yeah. Okay. Anything else, Jay?
No. Like I say every time, stay safe, everybody.
Okay. Have a good night.
I
Oop.